So welcome to this introduction to the BodyTalk Cortices Technique. It's a really super simple thing that you can do that can make a real difference in your life, particularly when you use it regularly, like daily. You can do it several times a day if you like. It takes about a minute to do. And it's about how well the left and right brain are actually working and coordinating their activities, processing life, and supporting your body in all its functions. It's such a key part of your central nervous system that communicates with every part in your body. So you can imagine situations where if this connection isn't clear, if your brain is not clear, you are stressed, overwhelmed, overworked, just feeling frazzled. Or if you're wanting to get ready for something, for example, studies, doing sports, or anything that's really going to require you to be present and focused. To me, that would be life in general. I really like it when I wake up in the morning, and a lot of people enjoy it at night, just finishing the day before you go to bed. We're going to use touch and we're going to use tapping. So touch allows you to bring attention to your brain. We're going to connect across the midline and then the sides to get the whole left and right brain covered, all the different points that work together. So we're going to place the hand at the back of the head, and you just want to keep the fingers closed and just start there at the occipital area, the bump at the back of your head. And then we're systematically going to step by step until we get to the eyebrow. So on an adult head, 4, 5, 6 hand positions. On a baby, maybe just 2. And the key is to try not to leave any gaps and just keep the fingers closed. We're going to finish on the sides. The tapping that we're going to use is 3 centers, brain centers, or you could say centers of intelligence, to be able to take this connection or this information in and anchor it in different ways. So the main one is the brain itself, to really help wake it up, to pay attention, to snap out of whatever else we're focused on and just come back here in the present and help de-stress and refresh the connections, refresh your brain. And the tapping on the head, I'm spreading my fingers out here so that I'm on both sides. You know, you have the 2 hemispheres. So that's one way to do it. And the other way is just thumb on one side, fingers on the other. So again, as long as you're waking both sides up. Now, after we have tapped this, it is very much like the computer. You're tapping in new information. Take in this information. You know how you click save on the computer? You want to take this with you. Well, the heart center, we have a very different type of intelligence, our heart intelligence. There's been many, many studies done around this. And we're working over the sternum in the center of the chest here, and just generally tapping lightly over this area. Again, your hand might wander a bit, the same on your head, but generally at the top of your head and in the center over the sternum of your chest. Now you have one more brain as well, which is actually your gut brain, and I'm now tapping over my, let me see if I can stand up, over my, around my navel, over my intestine area, the middle of the abdomen. And this is a brain that recently, in the recent years, have had a lot of attention. We have a lot of brain cells in our gut, and it actually makes a lot of sense. We have that gut instinct, gut feeling. We just know if something is right or not. Shall I keep this or shall I let go? So it's also a beautiful way to get out of the head, even out of your heart, some of all those dramas we're in, and into that felt sense of, is it time to just move on from this? Should I have a break and actually really take something in and spend time, be present, and take on board the things that are here for me right now that is going to nourish me? So the key here is that right now, just be present to what we're doing. Just leave all the other stuff of your mind on the side and just focus on your hand here, and that part of the brain. What we're doing is we're simply waking up all those points between left and right. We're making a bridge with the hand. And then with the tapping, we're going to get the brain's attention. Hey, wake up. See if anything here needs to be clearer, needs refreshing. And your body will wake up and do that. It pays attention to what we bring attention to. So take some nice deep breaths. And you want to do about 1 or 2 deep breaths on each of these. I'm going to go through it fairly quickly in this video. And you want to let your hand go from one brain to the other just as you feel. Follow your intuition, what feels right. And I'm going to move the hand to the next position, and I'm just going to take us through this. Follow at your own speed until we get to the eyebrows. I like to close my eyes. It just allows me to be present to what I'm doing here. And I'm tapping around my navel, as I mentioned earlier. Oh, as you can see, I'm so used to this. Often yawning is a typical response as your body starts relaxing. Spontaneous deep breaths. Even the feeling of stretching, just suddenly your body, oh, you're back in your body again. The brain gets clear. Okay. Now we're going to do at the sides. So just from the temples and straight back, you tend to just cup over the top of your ears there. All the parts we didn't cover in the midline. Let's just get the imprint and the connection here, and then you need to take one hand away. It doesn't matter which one. It doesn't matter which way you hold your hands or what hand you use, as long as there's touching and tapping to bring attention and wake the brain up. When you take a hand away, of course, you're going to imagine it's still there so that you still have that left-right connection being woken up. So let's do that. I very much hope you enjoyed that. And as you could see, just a brief note, I worked around my glasses, and when I was tapping where my hand was, I just tap on top of my hand. You can just work around these kind of things, you know, if you got your hair up, that kind of thing. Just work with it. And also focus on all the way inside the brain. Inside is your limbic system. That is where your amygdala complex, where your fight-flight responses, very much your stress responses are. So this is also a beautiful way to help rewire the brain when you do it regularly. I'm sure you can see why that makes sense. If you just do it once a week or once a month, you're not going to get the same effect from it. So incorporate it into your day once or twice a day at least. Some days I'll do it 4 or 5 times, some days just the once. But I have a daily routine where I will always bring it in as part of my day somewhere, because I want that rewiring over time as well. So sometimes it'll feel like a lot, like you've literally just come back into yourself. The senses are sharpened, you see things clearer, you can hear the birds singing suddenly. And other times it just feels that, yeah, that was all right. They're all brilliant experiences. Every moment is different. Your brain can do so much. So that's why doing this regularly, setting it up as a habit, as something that you just do in life, so that when you need a reset, you just reach out and you just do it. Take that moment to yourself and see how that changes things for you, and enjoy your new tool.